Everyone, and welcome back to Barbie Dolls of the Week on a very hot June day. It's the second day of summer, and we're already in the 90s. So, not my favorite kind of weather at all. I like it when it's nice and temperate, 70s, late 60s. But while it's this hot, I'm mostly staying in because I don't do well in the heat, and I can take up my time with eBay and selling dolls and buying dolls, and I want to start by showing you this doll, which is of course Barbie as an astronaut from the 80s. I don't have the exact year in front of me, so I'm not going to try to quote it, but I think it was the second half of the 80s. Now, here, one of the reasons I got this, and it did come with a very damaged box, and even the instructions or the little pamphlet, because I've never had this doll whole, sort of, so to speak, out of the box. The biggest thing that was usually missing was the helmet. So let me show you with the helmet on what she looks like. I think that's kind of cool, although it sort of reminds me of a goldfish bowl on her head. But on the back, you got like her air tanks or whatever these are supposed to be. I don't know if normally it's this not clear, it's pretty, what is that, like opaque maybe? But it's not clear. It looks like it's kind of aged. Now, she's also got this sticker on the front part of it that's a little bit loose on the edges, so I may try to put some glue on that, see if it'll stick. I like that she still has her superstar ring, and let me see if she had earrings. I don't remember. No, no earrings for this trip, although they could just be missing. I'm not sure. But, it might have been a problem with putting this on. Now, I really love this campy little outfit she's got. In fact, let me take this back off and show you this outfit. The little skirt was actually off of her, or this ruffly part. It's not really a skirt. It'd be the shortest skirt on record. And then, and most of all, I love her boots. The boots do come off very easily. In fact, one came off in the bag I was bringing this up in with the other dolls I'm going to show today on the way up here. So, stairs, I mean. So, I've always liked her makeup. So, I believe I do have this doll, but I just didn't have the whole outfit. I have another doll in part of this and certainly don't have the boots. So, I just think she's a cool doll. And I wanted to show you to her to you today, and I guess you all to her as well. So let me see what it says on this sticker kind of thing on her outfit. It just says Barbie. So yeah, astronaut Barbie. I've had the astronaut Barbie that was from the 90s, and it's definitely the African American version, but not this one. And I believe there is an African version. In fact, I'm sure there's an African American version of this one too. Well, I don't have that one, so. Okay, so that's the first doll I want to show you today. And then it has finally happened. I didn't know that it ever would, but I finally found a Skipper doll that I really like. So, I don't generally collect Skipper dolls. I don't usually like them. Many of them, I didn't like the look of them or the way they were proportioned, let's say. But I saw this listing for this doll, and let me find the right one. Here we go. Now, it's with 3 other dolls that I'm going to be showing you, but I want to start with this particular one. And before I do, I'm going to do a quick brushing of her hair. This is the doll right here that finally interested me in Skipper after all these years. And I will say, this is not a new doll, so I don't know how I missed it or just hadn't noticed how much I like it before. This is Florida Skipper. It might be Florida Vacation, I'm not sure. But now this is obviously not her outfit that she came in. I actually really like the color of her hair with the tone of her skin, and most importantly, her face. And of course, she's proportioned very well. Now, if we compare her to a Barbie, she's still shorter. Let's double check here. Line their feet up. You see she's shorter and smaller in general, like not as big of boobs and things like that. But she's just so pretty, and I think Even the color of her earrings is cute. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, and I've seen pictures of her and also eBay listings where she's in her actual swimsuit and stuff that she came in, believe it's yellow or maybe a orangey yellow. So I do like this outfit. This is a cute outfit. Anybody know where this outfit is from or who it's from? Maybe it's from another Skipper because it fits her very well. But this is Teen Skipper, and I didn't say that yet, but in some versions of her, it's listed as Teen Skipper, I believe. So I don't know how many Teen Skippers there were. I mean, to this day, I know there are Skippers that are like in that babysitter line and all that, but at least I think that's Skipper and other dolls. So this is Florida Skipper, and finally, this doll I give credit for a Skipper I really like. So let me show you her face again. So I think she's just beautiful. Let me set her aside and show you another Skipper that's very similar. Now, I don't know for sure off the top of my head which Skipper this is. I will say that she has, the bag's trying to fall here, she has bendable arms, or jointed arms, let's call it. And again, I'm going to brush her hair. When it come out of a bag, it's not going to look the best. But another one that I really like is this one. And I think this one may have been actual Teen Skipper, because I think it goes with one of the other dolls that I'm going to show you from this. And by the way, I got these from a person selling them in Canada, so I don't know if Canada it was easier to find these or not than here, but this is a really fun shirt or blouse, top, and I guess these are shorts. I thought it was a skirt at first, but no, they're very short shorts, and I see that this is actually one piece, really, but it's supposed to be two, I believe. She has a really pretty face that's very similar to that other one, but her hair is quite different. Her hair reminds me of, which Barbie do you think? Angel Face. If you said Angel Face, you're right, because it has some dark streaks through it as well. But when you compare these two, and you hopefully will see what I'm talking about, that's why I think this one is prettier, and to me, and I like this one better, because I think the blonder, more platinum hair is more fitting for her. But I also think that this doll has a kind of a smoky look to her eyes and face that I find really appealing on a doll. And so, yeah, she's really pretty as well. And here's the arms I was talking about that bend all kinds of ways and go in circles pretty much. So yeah, these two are very pretty Skippers. Now, the last of the Skippers in this group is not the same. I don't know which Skipper. Well, yes, I do. That's right. I know which Skipper this is. Unfortunately, she's had some chopping done to her hair, and I tried to fix it a little bit because it was so bad, but I don't know that I made it much better. And I don't love this dress, by the way, and it's not the one she originally came in. But this is the other Skipper. Now, I do like her face. She's someone that could really use a rerooting, however you want to say that. Her hair was really jagged, and I've tried to fix it, but there's still some more that really needs done on this side, as you can see. Her bangs are the worst, though. They're actually, believe it or not, this is better, I think, than what it was when I got it. I'm tempted to just cut them off, but I think that would look weird. So, really, she could use a whole new head of hair, but anyway. And this is this is the dress she's wearing. Now, this might be a clue as to which doll she is, or which Skipper, I mean. If you don't know, she had a yo-yo attached to her hand, and so here's the string of the yo-yo, but the yo-yo is missing, and here's what happens when you push this lever on her back. She pulls the yo-yo up. So, I don't know if I could find another yo-yo for her, but doubtful. But she still does it very well. So this is Yoyo Skipper, and maybe there was another like Yo-Yo Bouncing Fun Skipper. I don't know. So yeah, pretty face, but unfortunately her hair is just a mess, especially the bangs. And there's just nothing I can think of to do unless anybody has any ideas to help with those bangs. Maybe I can kind of push them to one side with some gel or some conditioner, I mean. Something like that. I don't know. Okay, let's put Skipper aside and let's bring out, oops, wait a minute. Legs are caught. One other doll that was with these three that I recognize. And I actually have this doll, I'm pretty sure, in a box. But I think it might be Pajama Fun or something like that. But this is Skipper's friend Courtney. And again, this dress, I have no idea if it's whose it is or if it was even from Mattel. But this is the Courtney in that line of Teen Skipper, Teen Courtney. And again, I'm not sure which one, like maybe Pajama Fun or somebody like that. And she's just such a cute doll. I mean, that face is beautiful. Now, this doll I've always liked, and that's why I do have her in the box. But yeah, this is Courtney. Does anybody know how many Courtneys they did? I mean, I can't imagine it was a lot. And, you know, they've done so many other sisters and sister dolls. By the way, here's the dress that she's currently wearing, which is kind of cute. It's not one of those fashionista potato sack dresses. It actually has definition and style to it. It's not the most beautiful dress I've ever seen, and the top is a little cheap looking, but I still think it's cute overall, and it looks good on her. She was actually, I think when I got her, she was in this dress, which I just don't like, so I switched that to the doll that I don't like as much, and I put this cuter dress on her. So look at her face, by the way, and those eyes. I think her eyes are kind of, let me just double check, but they look kind of green. Yeah, I believe they're green. It's kind of hard to see without my other glasses, but yeah, there's Courtney. Let's set her aside. And then one other doll, which I don't remember who this is supposed to be, but it might just be a Teresa. I'm not sure. But this was from a separate lot that I got of two dolls. One was an angel face doll. Speaking of angel face, I didn't bring her up today because this is not what I was focusing on, or that wasn't. But this doll, and there's one hair sticking up that doesn't want to go down, is really pretty. And I just don't remember what the lady called her in the listing. She's got these green earrings that are very unique. So I'm sure somebody will recognize her and or those. This is not, I put her in this dress. She was actually not wearing anything on the trip here. So I don't know how she didn't get arrested, but she didn't. So she must have done some favors or something. She does also have those very flat feet, and kind of like the movie Barbie had after some point. Also, they're kind of big. I don't know. They just look big to me. Maybe they're supposed to be more realistic or something. She's got hands like this. I don't know if there was ever a ring. It doesn't look like there was a ring hole, so probably not. But I just thought she was really unique looking in the face, and that's why I got her. So it could be a Raquel or a Teresa, I think. I'm not really sure, but it's a beach doll. I am pretty sure of that. So maybe like Callie somebody or somebody in that line. So yeah, there's that one. And then I want to kind of switch gears and talk a little bit about things from like the 80s, and the early 90s that came with dolls. And I was going through some doll boxes I have and just like amazed by what all came with these dolls. Like this was from Nurse Whitney's. Now I know Nurse Whitney that doll has another outfit. I didn't remember what it looked like, but I believe this is the top that came with it. I haven't even taken it out of the plastic yet. And then here is a bottom piece, I believe, or a cape. This right here. That looks like a cape, actually, because it doesn't look like a skirt. So I think those two go together. And then I think this is the other stuff that came with her. I hope I didn't mix this up. But there's this piece that goes around, like her waist. And again, I'm pretty sure this is still her stuff. I hope I didn't mix two up, but look at all this that came with these dolls back then. Nowadays we're lucky if we get a pair of earrings, a watch, a bracelet, a necklace, whatever. One thing with a fashionista. But now these were entry-level dolls in a way, you know, like under $10 a lot of times, especially the beach dolls. But yet they came with a towel and a whatever, a lei, and a couple things at least. This one is got like charts and all these little pieces, like it looks like a bedpan, some stethoscope right here. I don't know, this looks like part of a cast. And of course all these stickers for different things that you can put on, a tray. I mean, and there's some shoes in here. I see one shoe. I'm sure there must be another one. Oh, here it is. And of course her brush. I don't know if she came with a stand, but anyway, that's for her. And then just let's look at a couple other ones that I brought up. So this one is, this might be Magic Curl. Yeah, I think it is. This is Magic from Magic Curls. I didn't realize I had left all this in these boxes, which are up in my attic, but I did. So this is like the stand that she has to put a mirror on. And that's right here, if I can get this out. And, you know, you got the part for the mirror right here that you can peel off. So those go together. And then here's her brush. Now, I don't see shoes in here, I don't think, so maybe I took those out already. I got a whole thing of shoes, you know, different kinds. And then she came with this, and since you can do so much with her hair, she came with this yellow wrap thing. Oh, here her shoes are. I see them. They're yellow, so they were blending in with that. Okay, so that's what they are. And then she's got these hair things. There's the mirror, the brush, the comb. What else? Oh, those little hairpins. And this is the bracket to hold the mirror. So all this stuff came with it. I find that amazing how much stuff used to come with dolls. And for those who maybe haven't seen all this, I just wanted to show some of this. So I got it, like I said, from my attic. And so now I'm like, oh, I don't want to keep this in the attic. I've got a box I can keep this stuff in. That's, you know, easier to get to. Okay, I think I've got one or two more to show you. We wrap up today. Oh, yeah, this one. So this one I'm actually going to leave in here because we can see pretty much everything. This is Angel Face, and here's a brush and a comb and a mirror for her with a very little mirror. She's got that nice book that has the drawings that it came with. And then all her stuff like her little makeup kit, another comb, which I don't know if that's actually hers, the applicator for the makeup, and that's a real makeup type thing, and the smaller brush. So again, this might be, the purple one might be for someone else, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is all definitely from Angel Face. Okay, and then, last but not least, yep, that's the last one, is this one. And let me see, let me just get this out. There's several things in here. And here we go. Now this is all in the same thing, and I don't think it's been opened, so it must have been the same person. Now I'm forgetting, honestly, who this is for. There's flowers in here. And there is a pink brush, pink shoes, and then, now this looks like this could be from Nurse Whitney, because it has a diagram of a person's ribs, and a chart, so I don't know, maybe this was Nurse Whitney's, and if so, I don't remember who that other one was, unless it was Dream Date Barbie. But she's got both blue and pink accessories in here, different kinds, just all kinds of things like, again, a cast, what looks like a cast, you know, and also the Dr. Barbie could have been involved in one of these as well. So just different pieces and parts on this that are kind of hard to see. I don't really want to open it. But yeah, it's interesting that the flowers are in here. This must be something that, like, when she goes at night on her date, she has gotten some flowers from Ken or whoever it was. So now let's just briefly look at this little book that came with her, and maybe that will give us a hint as to whose this was. And they were general, so I doubt it. You know, it was the same one in so many different ones. But this is the one that I know I've shown before with, you know, so many different outfits that were available and dolls. Like here we have Twirly Curls and these, who are these? The Sensational Malibu Dolls, the Tracy and Todd, Happy Birthday, Pink and Pretty, the second My First Barbie, and the Dream Date series. So yeah, this is, and then inside, let's see who's inside. Oh, this shows Magic Curl, the horse riding ones, and the fashion jeans, and then a lot of clothes for everybody from Ken to My First Barbie. All this is Ken over in this section. So I always love these things. But yeah, that other one that I didn't get out was the one with the drawing. So that must have been an even earlier one. So I hope you've enjoyed this special episode of Barbie Dolls of the Week, where we finally got a Skipper that I like, or several actually, and that wonderful Courtney. And by the way, oh, one other doll I didn't show. I meant to, was this Greek Barbie that I got in a really horrible box, and I had to do some cleaning on her because of water damage that was to the box. But isn't she pretty? I just wanted to show her real quick since I brought her up. So yeah, now I have one out of the box, and that's why I bought her, because I already have one in the box. But I saw someone redress her, and boy, was she so pretty, and look at her face. She kind of reminds me of Tracy or Whitney or somebody. So anyway, I hope you have a great week ahead. By the way, I don't know if I showed this. This is my Wizard of Oz shirt. I've worn it before, shown it before, but in case you're wondering what's on this t-shirt, that's what it is. I was in the Wizard of Oz 3 times in years past, so this is one of the times was this shirt. So everybody, have a great first full week of summer, and I will see you on the next Barbie Dolls of the Week. Bye-bye.